Ladies, welcome back to Cake TV. On this episode of Cake TV, we're going to have a little story time with Jamaica. Enjoy. Hello, ladies. Hello, ladies. Hello. Welcome back to Cake TV. So I'm going to do a little story time. So this story is about when I was about 16 years old, talking to somebody I should not have been talking to. Knew I was out of order, but thought I was grown. And if any of my babies watching this and you 16, boo, be 16. Back to the story. I was 16 years old. I had just gotten a car. My mama had just got me a 98 Honda Accord. That was my baby. But my mama had got me a 98 Honda Accord. I was talking to a fool. I went over to the guy's house. Wasn't nothing really going on. I think my sister was with me. And I just went to speak. And I came back out, y'all. And it was like about 10 o'clock, 9 or 10 o'clock. My car was gone. Gone. Ain't no car outside. Where's my car? Somebody done stole my car. So me and my sister are sitting there and I'm like, oh Lord. I'm like, I cannot call my mama. I cannot call my mama. I'm like going through my little phone.
Like, please, one of my friends, answer the phone, answer the phone.
And I was like, you know what? It wound up going like later and later. We're about like 12 o'clock in the morning. Me and my sister is like threatening me like, I'm gonna call mama. I'm gonna call mama. I'm not gonna be sitting over here. I'm gonna call mama. So this whole time I'm sitting there like, I cannot call my mama. I'm not calling my mama. She ain't crazy, but I knew I wasn't where I was supposed to be and I was not ready to get chewed out. And we just sitting there. I'm like, Lord, please don't let my mama call me. We figured out who stole my car, and it was the guy's nephew. Why would you take my car? We didn't know where the car was. This is what I want my younger girls to understand. If you are in a house living with a praying parent, there is nothing that's going to go on in your life that the Holy Spirit is not going to let them know. Like I said, my young girls, there's nothing that you're going to do that your parents are really not going to have a sense that something is going wrong. Keep that in mind. So the Holy Spirit must have told my mama, like, she woke up and was like, I guess something not right. My mom gets a phone call. When the guy stole my car, my purse was in the car. So pocketbook gone. All I had on me was my cell phone. I didn't even have my charger. So I'm just working with my little Cricket Nokia, like, Lord, please don't let this thing die. Please don't die. Please. My mom gets a phone call from a girl saying, hey, like, I just found your daughter's pocketbook in the street. And my mom was like, what? Like, my mama gets in her car, zooms to the person, found my pocketbook. Now, when I got my pocketbook, the money and stuff was gone, but I still had my ID, my social security card, all that stuff. She wound up knowing the girl somehow. Like, what are the odds that someone steals your car and goes to somebody's house that your mom knows? She goes and snatched this boy out the house, forces him to get in her car and drive and tell her where I was. If you know what's best for you, you would get in this car. My mom gets to where I'm at, y'all, and I'm so embarrassed. Like, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like I said, I'm only 16 years old, so I'm like, Mom, I don't have no words. So she comes, she drag him out, run him up into the house, and tell me and my sister, get your stuff and get in the car. She made us get in the car, and we drove to go pick my car up. And I'm gonna tell y'all this was on a Saturday night. The funny thing is, this was on a Saturday night that this happened. This went on until, like, my mom got to us. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. So my mom takes me to get my car. We drive and follow her back to the house. And I think this is something that probably, my mom never chewed me out for that. I don't know why. There was some grace. There was some grace and mercy that was extended towards me. I can't even really remember her fussing, so I don't think she fussed that much. She may have said that I was out of order. She knew I was wrong. I'm gonna tell you the only thing I remember my mama saying to me when I got in my car, get in your car, follow me, drive to the house. And when we got to the house, it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, pushing 8. She said, now get ready for church. So you mean to tell me that you're not gonna fuss at me? You just gonna tell me to get ready for church? I ain't slept. Ain't done nothing. Went home, took a shower, ate breakfast, got in my mama's car. And then I still had to go to church. Y'all, I felt like crap standing in church. You know you were completely out of order for what you were doing. But I thank God for his grace. I thank God for my mom not in that moment condemning me and putting me down and calling me out of my name like maybe some girls have been, done by their parents or, by other people because of what that experience was. She never put me down one time. She just loved on me. She made sure I was in church. She made sure I got that word. I honestly cannot remember my mom even talking about the situation in a negative way. So I think that may have been a kind of like a turning point in me, like realizing how much God loved me and how much God's grace was towards me. Like I didn't have to put myself in these situations, and I didn't have to deal with these kind of people. And I really appreciate that. So Mom, if you see this, yeah, I really appreciate that in that moment. But I would like to say to my younger girls that's watching this, you have to watch the people you hang around, because everybody don't have your best interest at heart. They may be looking at what you got and like maybe some way kind of feeling jealous or envious. You don't want to put yourself in situations where you can harm yourself. Something happens to you where it may bring hurt to your family or your siblings, your friends. Never put yourself in a situation where you could bring harm to yourself, because the devil has no respect of person. That could have been somebody else stealing my car. He could have tried to take the car while I was in the car. Who knows? But it didn't happen like that. Thank God it didn't happen like that. But I want you to be conscious of the people that you surround yourself. I want you to be conscious of the friends that you choose for yourself. That plays a big part into what God's plan is and what God has for you and the destiny that he has for you. You want to make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who are like-minded like you. Now, I'm not going to say put more pressure on you. This is for my younger girls. You're a teenager. I don't want to put more pressure on you because you are a teenager, and you're going to have to learn, but you don't have to learn through saying like my experience. I've already experienced it. When people say experience is the best teacher, that's not true. Experience is not the best teacher. Sometimes you can simply look at something that people have gone through and say, you know what? That ain't what I'm about to go through, because I'm not about that life. And I really was not about that life. I was really not about the lifestyle of the person that I was associating myself with. I was never kind of that type of girl, like, out there wild. Why was I talking to him? The devil is a liar. Thank God for freedom. Thank God for deliverance. Make sure you surround yourself with people that are like-minded. Make sure you surround yourself with people that have goals. Make sure you surround yourself with people who know who they are. And make sure you surround yourself with people who are not trying to impress nobody, but they're comfortable with who God created them to be. They're comfortable with saying, you know what, I'm a Christian and it's cool. That ain't what I do. That may be what you do, but that's not what I do. Make sure you surround yourself with good friends. And if you don't have good friends, ask God to send you some. He'll send you some. And you ain't got to have 20,000 friends. You can have one, just that one friend that can hold you accountable, that one friend that you look up to, or that one person that you say, you know what, I appreciate this person being in my life because they're not going to let me put myself in a situation that's going to cause harm, put you in a situation that bring you down. You want to make sure you surround yourself with people that's always going to lift you up. So that's pretty much my story time. Make sure you don't talk to no fools. And if you 16, that ain't no real relationship. Y'all still friends. Why in the world do we think that when we start dating at 16 or when we turn 16 or something like that we grown? You not. My suggestion to anybody is wait. You got so much stuff you're going to have to focus on. If you're planning on going to college, let me tell you something. If I could go back, I wouldn't have done half the stuff that I've done. Like I said, I've never been that wild. Like I've done a whole bunch of stuff. But for instance, I would have never talked to that guy. I would have never put myself in that situation. But I'm glad that God gave me grace and God gave me mercy and God spared me, because I'm able to tell you, I'm able to give you my testimony. I'm able to help you not make some of the decisions that I made. So I hope it helped you. If y'all want to hear more story time, I got a couple stories. Remember, God is real love, and there's absolutely nothing you could do that could separate you from the love of God. Love y'all. So I appreciate y'all watching this episode. I love y'all. Thank you for watching Cake TV. If you enjoyed that story time, please like, subscribe, and share.